going to be looking at the Sugar Creek Knifeworks Bushcrafter. Great knife here. It's been reviewed before by Woods Monkey and some other people. Put out by a guy named Mike. Sugar Creek Knifeworks. He's a custom maker. He stopped taking orders, but I heard through the grapevine that he did find a website where he'll be selling some knives through sometime in 2012, similar to the way some knife makers do through kniveshipfree.com and other websites. This is his basic Bushcraft model. It's got about a 4-inch blade, more or less, might be a hair bigger than 4 inches. The handle is ergonomic and curved, as you can see. Comfortable in multiple positions. The blade is really a good fit for bushcraft. This is what I mean here. First of all, it's got a thick spine. A thick spine that's sharp so it can get some sparks off a fire steel without any problems, or to scrape a piece of, to scrape some bark or some shavings or that sort of thing. But what's interesting about it is that it's got the thick spine, and then it's got a flat grind, and then it's got a convex edge. So what that means is, because of the convex edge, it's going to be durable. It's going to be a good edge for even hardwoods. Because of the thick spine, it's going to be good for batoning. And because of the flat grind, that's also going to help with batoning. But it's still going to carve well because of the convex edge and the fact that it's thin close to the edge of the knife. It's because of this setup, it's a little bit thicker, or deeper rather, than something like a Mora. I think, if I remember correctly, it's about 1.25 inches deep. Mike also makes a Kephart style knife that's about 1 inch deep, so you would lose 1/4 inch and it would be more one consistent shape as opposed to having this dip here. Great knife. I've been using it off and on since I got it, which I think it was at the end of August or beginning of September, in that area. It's December now. So today we're going to use this a little bit, give it a little bit of a workout, show you what it can do, and talk about some bushcraft as well. So first thing I'm going to do with this knife is I'm going to get a fire going so I can get myself some coffee made up and some lunch as well. So here we go. First thing what I'm doing here is I'm scraping off some of this bark on this eastern cedar, which isn't a true cedar, and we're going to use this as some of our tinder bundle. The spine of the knife makes it easy to do this because it's really sharp. I'm kind of using one hand here, but you can see what I mean. Now we're doing what we normally would do, which is we're making our different piles of tinder in varying thicknesses. So first we're going to go for this real thin, small stuff that's going to be about a little thinner than a pencil. This is going to go on our tinder bundle after it ignites. And then the next step up, I go about pencil thickness. And then after that level, what we're going to do is we're going to get some feather sticks. And then finally we'll have about thumb thickness. And then we'll have a few branches and stuff like that we can use to start our fire and to keep it going for a little bit. Though we don't need anything too big, because we're just going to be warming up some water and cooking up a little can of some vegetables. Now we're going to start to make our feather sticks. Now the one thing that's really nice about this knife, I tell you what, is that it just feels really natural to get the right angle when making feather sticks. It just curls well, it's sharp, it's easy to resharpen because of the convex edge, and you don't feel like you're worrying terribly about maintaining that angle because the wood feels, or the knife kind of does it naturally. So you can see it's making some nice curls. And they'll take a match. Now, although I don't necessarily need to for the purpose of this video, we're going to baton a little bit, because I'm sure that you're curious how this fares, especially with that thick spine. This is dry sycamore. As you can see, it's not going to have a problem. That thick spine really helps out a lot. It makes batoning a whole lot easier than if you're using something that's real thin. Well, while I was getting some firewood, I found some, I think it's actually an old piece of mahogany. And so I grabbed it, and I thought maybe we would see what we could do for a spoon. One of the things that I do when I'm carving a spoon by the campfire is you take a piece of charcoal and you kind of sketch out the shape that you want your spoon to be. Charcoal works well. That way you don't feel like you have to, bring a pencil with you or something like that. But at the same time, it also enables you to kind of stay on target as you do your spoon. Now you can see the one thing I did with my saw is I made these stop cuts so I don't have to carve all this out. So what we're going to try to do now, using our charcoal line as the guide there, is we're going to try to baton that out to the stop cut, see if we get lucky. There's one down. There's two down. Now we can actually baton a little bit more off this side. Let's see if we can do that. Now, as you can see, we just saved ourselves a ton of carving by batoning that out. Now, if we really wanted to, we could then cut these corners off with a saw and save ourselves even more time. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Well, having eaten and relaxed a little bit, I've been kind of whittling a little with this knife, and going to try to work on a ladle here, but I'm running out of batteries, so I'm not going to show you everything. But what I will do is I'll take a picture as I go and put it at the end of the video. Kind of summarize my thoughts on this knife. I really like it a lot. The blade is wide enough that you can comfortably choke up on it and not feel like the base of your palm there is running against the blade, which is often what happens with a thinner or shallower blade like a Mora. You have a lot of control over it. It's really a great knife. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Mike uses sheaths from JRE Leatherwork, which are just top of the line sheaths. He charges a really reasonable amount of money for the knife that you get and the sheath that you get. I would highly recommend that if you can get your hands on a Bushcraft or on any of Mike's work. He makes a Woodlore type model, and he makes a Puko, and he makes a couple other models as well. If you can get your hands on one, definitely try to pick it up. You might have to kind of keep your eye open on Blade forums, on Mike's forum, Bushcraft USA, eBay, and see if you can get one used, as they are hard to get new. But I would recommend that you check out Mike's website, check out his work, check out his forum. I think his forum is on knife forums. And yeah, great knife, good deal. looking forward to messing around with it a little bit more tonight, and I'll put a picture at the end of the video with the ladle or how far I get along with it. Alright, thanks for watching again, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.